This is the time where human being wins, right? Because the AI answered the wrong answer. The thing that I would like you guys to try in all 10 ASEAN countries is the street food. Hawker,
The
street
best,
hawkers.
if I may
This
say.
is the best, right?
Yes.
Cheap, tasty.
Hi, ASEAN Youth! Welcome to another episode of our Thinking of Youth podcast with our Executive Director, Dr. Piti Srisangnam. Today's podcast is titled Who Knows ASEAN Best? Our Executive Director versus AI. So, again, as I told you, we will explore how well generative AI knows about ASEAN compared with our Executive Director. So, I don't know if many of you know, but actually, Dr. Piti is one of the most prominent ASEAN experts in the region. As Associate Professor of Economics at Chulalongkorn University in Thailand, he has been teaching international economics and ASEAN studies since 2002. I'm excited to see what he has to say.
Yes, thank you very much for the introductions. And yeah, let's start the ED versus AI competitions and hope this time human being will win the competitions against the machines.
Yes, so good luck to you, Dr. Piti.
Thank you.
And without further ado, let's jump right in.
Let's try.
Are you ready?
All right. The first question. What is the best way to introduce ASEAN to people who are new to it?
Okay.
So let me share what AI has to say. ASEAN comprises of 10 member countries in Southeast Asia. It was established to promote economic integration, political stability, and cultural cooperation. ASEAN fosters regional collaboration and growth.
Good job, AI. You have done a very, very good job. But if I have a chance to explain about ASEAN, I would say that ASEAN stands for Associations of Southeast Asian Nations. This is the multi-dimensional and multi-level corporations among 10 Southeast Asian nations with the aims to improve the quality of life of these 680 million ASEAN populations.
All right, so I see now that Dr. Piti is trying so hard to complement the AI answers. Well, we'll see what he has to say for the second question.
Okay.
What makes ASEAN great? AI says, ASEAN's greatness lies in uniting 10 diverse nations for economic collaboration, political stability, and cultural harmony. Shared initiatives promote a robust economic environment, contributing collectively to member states' prosperity and development.
Good job. Yeah, actually, the generative AI can give you a very, very comprehensive answer. But when I see ASEAN, why ASEAN is under the spotlight, I see it from 4 points. The first one, we have 680 million populations, like I mentioned earlier. And these people are so diverse in terms of cultures, diverse in terms of ethnicities. But we appreciate that diverse. Hence, this is a very, very large market. Number one largest market in the whole world in terms of populations is India right now, followed by China, and ASEAN ranked the third. Hence, this is a very, very vibrant market and large markets. The second point is about its economy size, because these 680 million people working and gather the income or the total GDP of 3.63 trillion US dollars. We consider as the fifth largest economies in the whole world. And this fifth largest economy in the whole world come with the high purchasing power, right? Because on average, the GDP per capita of ASEAN people is about 5,600 US dollars per head per year. We consider ourselves as the middle income people with the very, very interesting GDP growth rates.
Yeah.
We grow around 5 to 6% on average each year. Hence, this market is very, very active, right? And then the third point, we are talking about the natural resources, right? Cultural resources, human resources. We are so rich in terms of these natural resources, not only to mention about energies, food, or minerals, fisheries, but we are talking about the biodiversities. We are talking about cultural diversities as well. And last but not the least, we are located in a very, very strategic locations because Southeast Asia, it's the connected piece between Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. So this is the most important trade routes. Hence, international trade, international investment conducted via this area. So we are one of the very, very important link of the global value chains. So that's the 4 point.
Wow. I mean, I am almost always amazed at how well or even how great ASEAN is, not only for its people, but its major role that ASEAN plays in the world region.
Correct. Be proud to be ASEAN.
Yeah, ASEAN really lives up to its motto. ASEAN is a community of opportunities for all, not only for its citizens,
Correct.
but for a lot of people. All right. Moving on to our third question. Who are the most famous ASEAN founders? The AI says, the founding leaders of ASEAN in 1967 were Suharto of Indonesia, Tunku
They are wrong.
Abdul Rahman of Malaysia, Ferdinand Marcos of the Philippines, Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, and Thanop Kittikachorn of Thailand. Their strategic collaboration, marked by the Bangkok Declaration, forged the path for ASEAN's cooperative spirit.
This is the time where human being wins, right? Because the AI answered the wrong answer. Actually, we are they named the leaders of 5 ASEAN countries at that times. But of course, the first ASEAN summit was held in 1976, which is 9 years after ASEAN was established. ASEAN was established on the 8th of August 1967, 9 years earlier. And at that times, you have to understand the context. It's the context of the Cold War. There's a lot of, superpower that try to compete to each other in terms of like sphere of influence and everything. Hence, in Southeast Asia as well, we see a lot of conflicts. In the mainland ASEAN, we see American-Vietnam War happen in nowadays Laos, PDR, Cambodia, and of course Vietnam. We see the military coup in Myanmar. At that time, they call it Burma. And of course, in the maritime ASEAN, we see the conflicts, right? Malaysia and Singapore still cannot get along very, very well. And of course, between the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia, they have the strategy so-called confrontacy. So in maritime ASEAN, they're also fighting each other. Other times, Foreign Minister of Thailand, Dr. Thanat Khaomansi, if we keep fighting each other like this, we are nothing but a small and weak nation states, and we cannot survive this Cold War. So we better stop these conflicts and create peace among us. That's why back in 1965, 1966, Thanat Khaoman invite Narciso Ramos from the Philippines, Tun Abdul Razak from Malaysia, and Adam Malik. These 3 are, of course, some of them are the vice president, some of them are the deputy prime minister, some of them are but all of them are the foreign minister from 3 countries to visit Thailand. And then we lock them up. We lock them up in one room, provide them a very, very nice Thai food, full of food and beverage, provide them the secretaries. But we will not unlock the door as long as they cannot make friends with each other. So at the end of the day, they make friends and they can stop that confrontacy thing. So we celebrate that milestone by throw them a very, very nice dinner reception in the downtown of Bangkok. So at that times, Thanat Khaoman and Adam Malik from Thailand and from Indonesia, during that reception dinner, they start the idea that why don't we create another corporations? This time we focus on the issues that we will, achieve the mutual benefits, like economic corporations where we can work and make money together, cultural and social events or corporations that we can understand each other more and more. So the rest of them, Narciso Ramos and Tun Abdul Razak also agree on this. Hence at that time, Thailand said, okay, I need another year in order to prepare the draft and everything. So everybody go homes. And during that 1 year period, Lee Kuan Yew, Prime Minister of Singapore, heard about this news and see this as the new opportunity. This is the next big thing in Southeast Asia. So he guided S. Rajaratnam, who is the Foreign Minister of Singapore, to join the group. Hence, when Lee Kuan Yew requested to Thanat Khawman about this, Thanat Khawman said, oh, we are welcome. That's why a couple of days before the 8th of August 1967, the 5 founding fathers, Thanat Khawman from Thailand, Adam Malik from Indonesia, Tun Abdul Razak from Malaysia, Narciso Ramos from the Philippines, and S. Rajaratnam from Singapore. They party together at the beach house in Bang San province, about like a 1 hour drive out of Bangkok, right? I mean, nowadays, but in those times, it's going to be like 2-3 hours drive out of Bangkok. So by the sea, they play golf, they eat, they party, they drink together, and they make friends. And then they come back to Bangkok and sign the so-called Bangkok Declarations or the ASEAN Declarations to establish Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN on the 8th of August 1967. So that's the original 5 founding fathers, not the leaders.
All right. Ooh, I mean, what an insight.
Yeah, 1 score for human being.
1 score for Dr. Piti for humans, but also what an insight to how ASEAN was formed.
Yeah.
This is something that probably a lot of people haven't heard of before.
It was formed with a very, very good friendship of people. That's why we always mention at ASEAN Foundation that ASEAN is the community of the people. Because they start by doing good thing together, like party by the beach.
Also marks the importance of ASEAN and its people-to-people connection.
Correct.
That is where we get to know each other, we get along, and we pursue our shared goals.
Right.
All right. Moving on, I would say this is my favorite question.
Okay, let's see your favorite questions.
Dr. Piti, what are the top 3 food in ASEAN? According to AI, ASEAN boasts a rich culinary tapestry with 3 standout dishes being Pad Thai from Thailand, Nasi Goreng from Indonesia, and Pho from Vietnam. What's your humble opinion, Dr. Piti?
Actually, those 3 dishes are also very, very delicious and popular dishes in Southeast Asia. But if I have a chance to answer these questions, I will first answer my first dish as I will recommend you guys to try our fermented dish, fermented fish, fermented shrimp, right? You may heard about the flavor called umami.
Yes.
Umami is the hidden flavors, right? That make food more tasty, more delicious, right? And this umami only happens when you combine 2 kind of amino acid together and then mix it with some kind of salt and leave it for some times. Hence, all gastronomy cultures around the world have their own way to create this umami flavor. But in Southeast Asia, we have a very, very unique way to create these umami flavors. So we put some fish or shrimp, ferment it with the salt until it's a little bit rotten, but it tastes so good. And we share these same cultures, all 10 ASEAN countries, right? So if you are visiting the Malayu world, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, and Brunei, please try the so-called terasi, right? You know terasi, right? When you do the sambal, you put it, it's the fermented small shrimp, right? In Laos, they call it pradek. In Thailand, we call it prala. In Cambodia, they call it plahok, because pla means fish. And of course, that's another way, the recipes, right? In Myanmar, when they make it by shrimp, they call it ngapi. And in the Philippines, they call it bagu. So this is the way to create our own versions of umami flavors. And it tastes so good. You can put it in almost every dish in Southeast Asian culinary dish, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first dish to try. The second dish to try, I will not specific to what kind of food, but I would like you guys to appreciate the mix and match, right? Because ASEAN is the melting pot. ASEAN is the important trade routes, important international trade stations for, 2,000 years already, right? We are talking about spice route, Silk Road, or the string of pearl thing, right? And this is the place where Indian gastronomy meet with, Chinese recipes, and of course with the influence of the Western world. So if you go to Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, you have a chance to eat Peranakan food or Babayaya food, right? Where it's very, very unique in street settlements. In Indonesia, you have the noodle dish called bak mi, which have a lot of Chinese influence. In Thailand, we call it banh mi. So it's pretty much the same
Very
thing,
similar,
right?
yeah.
For the kind of like pastry pie, you call it bak pia.
Yes.
In Thailand, we call it khanom pia. Yeah, it's pretty much the same, right? And this is happening in 10 ASEAN countries. So try this mix and match with ASEAN plus Chinese, Japan, India, Korea, Western food mixed together. And then last but not the least, the thing that I would like you guys to try in all 10 ASEAN countries is the street food. Hawker, street
best,
hawkers.
if I may
This
say.
is the best, right?
Yes.
Cheap, tasty, and the most unique about ASEAN street food is that you can enjoy it 24 hours a day,
Exactly.
7 days a week. They never stop,
Yes.
right? I believe, in Jakarta, I drove to the airport at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I still see a lot of people, sit down by the street and eat satay, right? This is also happens in Thailand, in Malaysia, everywhere in 10 ASEAN countries. Eating is the big thing.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, so that's the 3 things to eat in Southeast Asia.
All right. Thank you for that, Dr. Piti. I must say, all of this talk about food makes me hungry.
Me too.
But it also makes me suspicious that you are also a professor of ASEAN gastronomy.
No, we call it gastronomic diplomacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So going back to the recent years,
Okay.
to 2024,
Uh-huh.
how we, as young people, can contribute to the success of Lao PDR's ASEAN chairmanship
okay.
in 2024.
Let's hear the
Yes.
AI answer.
AI says, as young advocates, we can actively engage in ASEAN youth forums, promote sustainable development, and leverage digital platforms to foster regional collaboration. By embracing innovation and cross-border cooperation, we shape ASEAN's progressive future under Law PDR's leadership in 2024.
Oh, good answer. But for me, for our kids, for our students, for our youth, I would like to recommend 4 things. The first one, you have to stay informed, right? You have to know that ASEAN Summit and all related meetings will occur throughout the years in Laos PDR under the theme enhancing connectivities and resilience, right? There will be more than 200 meetings happens in almost every week in Laos PDR and in other countries as well. There will be a lot of leaders, a lot of high-ranked government officers, a lot of representatives from people's communities, from NGO, CSO, a lot of, big name in the business world, from multinational companies to the representative of the small, medium-sized enterprises gather in Laos PDR this year. So first, stay informed. Visit ASEAN.org. Visit ASEANFoundation.org. That's the 2 websites that will update everything related to ASEAN to you. So first, stay informed. Then participate. Especially participate in your own country's activities, right? Because in other ASEAN countries, all activities also happen as well, right? We will have a lot of workshop, a lot of training program happens around 10 ASEAN countries. So join the activities at your own home countries first, and then the third, travel to Laos, right? Because when you earn experiences, you represent your own communities in your own home countries. Now let's represent your countries at Laos PDR. How to get the tickets? ASEAN Foundations, we organize so many events. So the very first one will be ASEAN Foundation Model ASEAN Meeting plus Australia. It will happen in Vientiane, Laos this year. So we will bring youth from 10 ASEAN countries plus Australia to do the simulations, to act as you are the leaders of ASEAN, act as you are the minister, act as you are a senior official, and learn how ASEAN formulate their policy, how they implement, how they draft the agreement and everything. And this will be a lifetime experience. Apart from this good example of ASEAN Model ASEAN meetings, we organize so many activities. So please visit our social media, with one keywords, ASEAN Foundations. Click like, click share, click subscribe.
Right.
And then, no, the fourth one. The fourth one is that thing I just mentioned. Click like, click share, click subscribe. That's the so-called digital diplomacy. So after you create the knowledge for your own, it will be great if you can also share and transfer this knowledge to your peers, to your friends, to your families, right? Hence, please spread our social media to your beloved one.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the fourth thing.
All right. So Dr. Piti, thanks for highlighting that ASEAN processes and to be a part of the community and to contribute, you don't really necessarily have to be a part of a big government. You don't really have to be the president or the prime minister of a country to participate, but even young leaders, students, youth, business community, and whoever it is in the ASEAN region, their door to participate is open.
Yes, for example, all activities that happens by ASEAN Foundations will be concluded, and we'll send this report to 10 ASEAN leaders. So they are going to endorse it. Hence, the formulate is not generated really by the top level, but it was generated by us, by people of ASEAN. We have so many channels, right? And they are just make the final decisions to implement it. Yeah, so that's the ASEAN mechanism.
Yes, so we encourage youth, students to be a part of ASEAN. Take your seat at the table, and we look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Yes.
And we look forward to getting you involved.
Right.
All right. So you mentioned, you touched on ASEAN Foundation a little bit there. Through this last question, we will expand it a little bit more.
Yes.
The question is, what is the best way to introduce ASEAN Foundation to people who are new to it? AI says, the ASEAN Foundation, established in 1997, is a dynamic force for regional development. It initiates impactful projects, fosters dialogue, and promotes unity within the ASEAN community, contributing to a vibrant Southeast Asia.
Very good answer. But as the ED, when I meet with people, right, from the young students to the leaders of the countries, I always explain my organization's ASEAN Foundation like this. We are the international organizations established back in 1997, right, with the 3 mandates. First, we promote ASEAN awareness. We would like you to know more about ASEAN. Then the second mandate is we strengthen our ASEAN identities. That's why I talk a lot about food, a lot of tourists, a lot about shared cultures, our diverse, but we appreciate it. And then the third mandate, we are going to help with other ASEAN organizations in order to create the sustained ASEAN communities, right? Of course, in order to achieve these 3 objectives, we translate it into 6 areas of work. The first one, we are talking about community building, right? We host, we share, we help organize the peoples to peoples network, the event where we bring peoples from 10 ASEAN countries to mingle, to learn, to appreciate each other. So that's community building. The second one, not only just meeting, right? We do the capacity building, empower our youth, empower our people with disabilities, empower our SME in order to let them fulfill with not only ASEAN knowledge, but 21st century's skill set. So this is the second area of work at the ASEAN Foundations. The third one, we also touch up on the environmental issues, right? Because we are so near on the point of no returns. If we do nothing, if we keep ourselves in the comfort zone like this, we will definitely face with the problems of global boiling, global climate crisis. So we have to fight against it. And then the fourth area of our work, we work with, media. We produce this kind of content, podcast, infographic, short video clip through our social media, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all kind of social media. We have it. You can search us with only like one keyword, ASEAN Foundations, right? And then the fifth area, we do our work on arts and cultures. We, help the communities of artists and cultural peoples to exchange their knowledge, to even, help them organize the arts exhibitions. But we didn't do it for art's sake. We use arts and cultures as a tool, as a mean to articulate the important issues such as human rights, environmental issues, promote ASEAN, solve conflict in, sensitive area, because arts and culture is the best tools to make people understand the difficult issues. And last but not the least, this is the new area that we would like to explore more. We focus on SME developments, micro, small, medium-sized enterprises, because they are the backbone of Southeast Asian economies. So that's the sixth area of our work at the ASEAN Foundations. Yeah.
Wow, Dr. Piti, thank you for that. I must say that is definitely the highlight of today's episode, and I hope our listeners, our youths, can get inspired, and they would hope to take their seat at the table, and through ASEAN Foundation, come and make a difference and be a part of the ASEAN community. So sadly, we have come to the end of this episode.
Okay.
I must say I've learned interesting tidbits on ASEAN history that I haven't heard before. And as you have seen from today's episode, that although AI has definitely emerged as a game changer, I'm also surprised at how well AI can generate answers through ASEAN awareness. But a human expert's dynamic stories is ultimately what will touch the heart of so many people. That lies in the heart of ASEAN.
Very good.
So, Dr. Piti, thank you for being an excellent resource through this episode. And ASEAN youths, thank you for tuning in, and stay connected with us through our social media platforms. And we hope to see you at our events, at our projects, and in our next episode. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.